Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. This is going to be my Walking Dead mid-season finale video. Someday this pain will be useful to you, so just careful for spoilers if you haven't seen it yet, because they actually did some big comic book stuff. If there's anything I feel like people are going to walk away being upset by though, is all the comic book stuff that they did not do. Because we are in the middle of No Way Out just in terms of comic book storylines, and it did not end the way that No Way Out ended. Hold that hope if you want though. They could totally push the ending of No Way Out, like some of the deaths that end up happening, into the second half of the season. But just a quick reminder, there is a new round of the giveaway that starts now. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this video. It's just a $20 Amazon gift card. Just because there were so many clear WTF things in this episode, I'm going to do top 10 this time. Starting with, Sam cannot close his mouth as they proceed through the tulips, or the walkers, however you want to think about it. I totally love that that song was playing in the background. So creepy. The opening scene with Sam right there, that's exactly why you don't let children take food to their room. Even though Ron seems like he's the weak point in the group right now, I think that Sam is the weakest link. He is probably going to attract walkers to them, seriously, just trying to get his mom's attention. On to number 9 though, Ron goes after Carl with the gun. My mom, my brother, my dad, they're all dead. You're dead too. When people were talking about this going down before the episode, there were really like two things happening. Like one, what was Ron gonna do? Like, was he gonna go after Carl or wasn't he? And two, what was going to happen during their encounter? If you want to talk about Carl from the comics, be sure to use spoiler tags, because the whole encounter is very different from what happens in the comics. The only thing I was pretty sure about was like the second part, like what would not be happening to Carl as a result of this encounter. I think that's the only way I can say it without actually doing spoilers for the comic. The show has completely sidestepped a big thing with Rick's character, like a big twist with his character, so I kind of expected the same treatment with Carl's character. But yeah, I definitely think that Carl is giving Ron way too much credit. Like, he lies to Jesse and Rick about what happened in the garage. Well, we were trying to get tools. WTF, dude. The kid's gonna keep coming after you. You might as well sell him out. Now, I know I said Sam is the weakest link in the group right now, but just look at Ron. He's already kind of in Walker mode anyway. He looks like he is absolutely ready to commit Walker-assisted suicide at any moment. On to number 8, Maggie gets stuck on top of the platform. And they did not resolve it. They leave her up top there, Glenn sees her with Enid, and we have to wait till the second half of the season to find out what happens to her. She's pregnant, read between the lines, she's definitely not gonna die, she's totally safe. They're not gonna kill her with a baby in her stomach. If they were gonna do that, they would wait till she was super pregnant. That's actually a good poll to take. Do you think that The Walking Dead would ever have the quote-unquote guts to kill a pregnant woman, especially a main character who was pregnant? Even though the show airs on cable and it's a super bloody comic, I feel like that's something that they would never do. I know they killed Lori, but they didn't kill her till after she had baby Judith. And for those of you asking about baby Judith, she got put underneath one of those walker tarps that they were wearing. So Rick's holding her underneath the guts, so they didn't actually have to put guts on the baby's face. Could you imagine them on set? We're gonna have to put some walker guts on your baby's face, ma'am. I can't even begin to imagine a stage mom that would let them do that to their baby. On to my number 7 WTF. Deanna gets bitten and is definitely going to die. The wound is so grievous, there's no question about it. She's definitely going to die by the end of the episode. But Michonne knows about her plan that she was writing on that map, and they're going to try and execute it. It's just a way to deal with the super horde. But Deanna gets that moment with each of the characters, like Bob got last season, where she imparts wisdom as she goes out. Like she tells Rick, you were the best man for the job. I didn't save you because you're a good father, or because you can grow the best damn beard ever. I saved you because you're the right man for the job. We're at the tail end of Movember, so who misses Rick's beard, by the way? It was getting pretty crazy by the time they found the safe zone last year. But on to my number 6 WTF, Denise gets trapped with the crazy wolf Morgan is keeping prisoner. You know who he reminds me of when he's giving her that crazy philosophy speech? It's the Joker. Like, the Joker is a very learned person. He's very smart, very intelligent, but he just has the craziest ideas, so he will twist your mind, which is exactly what the wolves are. Like, they're a bunch of twisted human beings. Really, the tension is that she's going to help him, like, show me your wound, and that he's going to go after her when she does. But the real WTF doesn't come till later, till Carol barrels downstairs. Sidebar to Rick explaining his plan to everyone in the house, though. We're going to cover ourselves in these guts. Don't worry, I've done this before. He actually did do that in a previous season, just like covered himself with walker bits. And we've seen Michonne do it. We've seen a bunch of characters do this. Technically, it's called walker camo. There's also a group in the comics called the Whisperers that wear face masks. They wear dead people's skin, so that also works too. It's so much fun just watching the characters react. Like Jesse, Gabriel, apparently not big cosplayers. Don't you want to cosplay as The Walking Dead? Apparently they've never done the Walking Dead experience at Comic-Con before. I was a little disappointed that he didn't throw up, but then Sam walks in and it looks like he's already pooped his pants when Jesse tells him what they're gonna do. Just pretend you're brave, just fake it till you make it. On to my number 3 WTF. Deanna goes down fighting, so she's gonna commit suicide, do the noble thing, like, give me the gun, I'll do it myself. But then she hears the walkers coming and just starts screaming. I love the way they cut the sound too. That's a very common technique while someone will scream silently. It just like it forces you mentally to put your scream in their mouth. She goes down guns blazing. It's a great way to go out. If you're gonna go out on The Walking Dead, you might as well go out on your own terms. But on to my number 2 WTF, Carol versus Morgan versus the wolf. I think it went down in a fairly predictable way. Didn't we all expect that to end up happening? Like the wolf was gonna somehow get the upper hand and try to escape. But I will say, hands down, my favorite performance in this episode was Carol Pelletier. Seriously, she is so compelling. I'm gonna kill him to keep him from killing anyone else. You know, Morgan has a good philosophy too. I totally get it, but come on, dude. Seriously, this guy is gonna kill everyone every chance he gets. Let's just put him down. Let me know in the comments, like, did any of you guys agree with what Morgan was saying? Like, did you buy his whole sanctity of life thing? Or would you have rather let Carol just put him down? But just to be clear, no one in that basement died. Carol, Morgan, even Denise and the wolf will be back during the second half of the season, because they'll have to get Denise back. Seriously, she's like the only medic they have. They're gonna have to get her back. My thought with that is that they'll just give Denise this big moment where she'll have to overcome the wolf by herself. Like this big courageous hero moment for her. She's kind of like Eugene, where she doesn't have a lot of self-esteem, she doesn't believe in herself a lot, so this might be the writers creating a challenge for her to overcome. And of course, on my very obvious number 1 WTF moment, post-credit scene, Negan is introduced on the show, verbally at least. Your porn, underneath the seats? Give it to us. That was my favorite funny line. Like the minute I saw those bikers in the street, I knew it was gonna be Negan, but the speech that they gave was really funny. Everything you have, the gas in your car, the truck itself, if you have porn underneath your seats, belongs to Negan now. Couple big takeaways. 1, everyone can stop arguing about how to pronounce his name. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is playing the character. If you didn't know, he's Sam and Dean's dad from Supernatural. He's done a bunch of other stuff. If you never watched Supernatural, you probably know him as the comedian during the Watchmen movie. And number 2, they have skipped a whole bunch of comic book arcs. So right now where we're at is around issue 84 in the comic, like the tail end of No Way Out. Negan doesn't show up till issue 100, which is smack dab in the middle of volume 17, so that's like way later. It's well after Hilltop, and I think that the show is doing that, so we'll probably be seeing a bunch of people and characters from volume 15 through volume 17, the back half of the season. So if you do want to read along in the comic books, just start with volume 15. I guess we also have to say bonus WTF. They made us wait till the first commercial break during Into the Badlands to see this post-credits scene. I saw a lot of people really upset about that on Twitter. But let me know in the comments below, what did you guys think about this episode, and were you mad that they didn't kill as many people as got killed during this comic book storyline? All things being equal, it's not over till it's over, but there are a bunch of people that survived that did not survive in the comics. But what's going to happen next is I will do a predictions video for the second half of the season because we do know they're doing more comic book stuff. We know Negan's coming, so we probably know where we're headed next. Congratulations to last week's giveaway winner, Da Turkey. You win a $20 Amazon gift card. Just be sure to private message me on the back end of my channel so I can get your contact info. Now there is a bunch of Batman v Superman, Gotham, Flash, Arrow crossover stuff happening next week. So if you're not sure what's going on, just stay tuned. You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook for updates on all that stuff. There are links at the bottom of the description for that. Just in case you guys haven't seen it, you can click here for all my Walking Dead Season 6 videos, and you can click here to learn all about the Batman v Superman trailer that's coming tomorrow night. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. Someday this pain will be useful to us.